I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for making this possible in the city that embodies the values that Julian defended and the values that are being attacked with this prosecution and with his incarceration and persecution. It's the first time that I see the statue. I've seen it in pictures before, but it's the first time I see it in person. And it's also the first time I see Julian's likeness in 3 dimensions since the 6th of January. And I was doing some interviews there, and the photographer asked me to get on the chair and also to get on the chair next to Julian. And so I climbed up quite precariously and kind of held on to Julian, and I couldn't avoid taking his hand. And I have to say, it was very lifelike. Julian hasn't seen his kids since October, when the prison went into lockdown. The last time I saw him was in court on the 6th of January, when his bail was rejected. I don't tell the children that their father is in a prison. They have no concept for what a prison is. Because when I want to teach them what a prison is, I want to tell them that that is where criminals go, where bad people go for doing bad things, not where good men go for doing good things. He's in a 9 square meter box, a 9 square meter metal box. He's been there for 2.5 years, even though he won his case at the lowest court in January. He's still there, and he's struggling. We're in a situation now where the only 2 outcomes that will happen is either Julian regains his freedom or he loses his life. And if he loses his life, it's not because he's suicidal, it's because they're killing him. Thank you. I'm here to remind you that Julian isn't a name, he's not a symbol. He's a man, he's a human being, and he's suffering. He has children, he has a family. They're hiding him from view, they're silencing him, but he's alive. And it is a criminal aberration that he is in a prison cell. In no sane world should Julian Assange be in a prison cell for revealing the state's crimes, concrete evidence of state crimes, the same state that is trying to extradite him, and so far has kept him in some form of deprivation of liberty for a decade. I spoke to Julian the other day, we can speak at least, and I was in the supermarket and I was doing a checkout in this automatic checkout, and he asked me, what is that? Because he hadn't seen the automatic checkout. He hasn't been to a supermarket for 10 years. And it's just an increasing dehumanization, putting him in ever worse conditions. And how much can a human being take? So I'm so grateful to the people of Geneva, to the press, to the city, for calling for his freedom. Biden is coming to this city in a few days' time, and everyone should tell him to stop this lunacy. It is an aberration that Julian is not a free man. In no sane world can this be normalized. That's all. Thank you.
Well, first, they are getting Julian. Then they will get you, me, everyone. This is a clear struggle for freedom of the press and for the right of citizens to know that which governments are doing behind their backs, supposedly on their behalf.
The circumstances in which he is held in there are an affront to civilization.
So I think this case is absolutely devastating, horrifying, and wide-reaching implications for press freedom and journalism as a whole. And unfortunately, people have already made up their mind about Julian Assange. They're not taking a stand the way they should be.
He is being punished, as is Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, for releasing the truth.
Every single human right of Julian's has been arbitrarily broken. Distortions of procedure, falsification of witness statements, the lot, the whole rotten lot of it.
He's on death row. He will be on death row if he is extradited.
If this man gets extradited to the United States, he will be tortured until the day he dies.
It may now be Julian, and it may now be Glenn Greenwald, but who will be next?
Julian is a publisher. Julian is also a son. He's a friend. He's my fiancé and a father. Julian needs his freedom, and our democracy needs a free press.
Yes, it is about Julian Assange, but it is much more also about all of you and your children and your families. And 20 years from now, will you still be able to know the truth about what your government is doing? Or when it has become a crime to inform you about what your government is doing with your tax money to other people that have not done anything wrong in their lives?
I'm Taylor Hudak with Activism Munich. I'm in London outside the Old Bailey Courthouse. Hi everyone, I'm Taylor Hudak and I'm outside London's Belmarsh prison.
We are all Julian Assange. How would you know about all the crimes committed in our names if there weren't the billions of leaks published by WikiLeaks?
If wars can be started by lies, peace can be started by truth.
We're going to lock people away facing 200 years in prison for exposing war crimes. What kind of country, what kind of world are we going to live in? So we have to stand up and collectively say no more.
If you're an activist of any kind, right, left, center, an animal rights activist, an environmental activist, a socialist activist, any kind of an activist against global institutions, and you're not capable of setting aside whatever emotional feelings you have for Julian Assange to defend basic press freedom and stand opposed to the efforts of the Trump government and Boris Johnson's Tory government to criminalize the activities of Julian Assange and WikiLeaks and publishing information in the public interest, you are going to create a world for yourself in which the precedents you're now acquiescing to or cheering out of some misplaced hatred for Julian Assange are going to be used against you.
When you're in a dark room, one person switching on the light will make everyone see. right? Don't look for the light somewhere else. Go and switch it on yourself.
We should all thank Julian for his courage and integrity in providing us with this precious gift at great cost to himself, much to our shame.
Think about the opportunities that you have, right? Because there are no heroes. Nobody's going to save you, right? There are only heroic actions. There are only heroic choices. There are only people who moment by moment see bad things and recognize, maybe I can do something. Maybe I can't fix everything, but maybe I can make progress. Maybe I can make things better. Maybe I am the one that I'm waiting for. And as soon as you start thinking like that, you'll realize that you are.
Free Assange, rock and roll.